For years, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and every social media platform have faced growing calls to protect kids online. Now, Meta is responding. Facebook's parent company has called for new laws to require parental approval when kids 15 and under try downloading apps. Joining us now for more is Jeff Horowitz. He's a tech reporter for The Wall Street Journal and author of Broken Code: Inside Facebook and the Fight to Expose Its Harmful Secrets.
I think this is really interesting. I think finally this is an attempt to do something, because I mean, you're not supposed to be on. I think there's like the age limit is 13, right? For a lot of these things, you're not supposed to be on unless you're 13, but no one's checking to see that you're 13. Why is Meta pushing for app stores to improve their vetting process?
So there's a couple reasons here. One is that technically, and regardless of what you think of Meta, from every expert I've ever spoken to about this, it does make sense if you're going to limit kids' usage of devices and kids' usage of apps to do it at the App Store level, right? Because otherwise, every single app, whether it's TikTok, Snapchat, Meta, Instagram, Facebook, they all need to do it separately. It just doesn't work, and it's also a bad incentive issue, right? Because all of the platforms are competing for the next generation of young users, and candidly, Instagram has been kind of losing that compared to TikTok. It's much more popular on, like, say, 11 and 12-year-olds who aren't supposed to be on there.
Wow.
So yeah, it's just, this probably makes sense for just as a technical matter, but it's also, I think, a way to deflect heat from the company for other child-related issues.
Mm-hmm.
So is this a way for the company to duck responsibility?
That's
I mean, you're sort of basically saying, but that's what it really sort of feels like. I mean, they're saying, I don't want to be the ones responsible for children that are downloading the app, so we should have the federal.
I'm always torn with this conversation because I think that some element of responsibility does fall into the hands of the parents,
but
right?
You're not there with them 24 hours, and you don't know what they're doing.
And as a parent, I know that I can't watch everything that she is streaming or viewing. So I think a little bit, it is ducking responsibility, but it also means they don't have to do the hard work of really looking at the content that they're spitting out there.
Well, it's much easier just to, figure out, look, if you buy your kid a phone and you enter an age into that phone, and then the phone does not allow the kid to download things they shouldn't be downloading, that's pretty straightforward, right? Whereas other versions of this involve facial recognition of kids or collecting data, and it's a lot harder to do in a simple way. But that said, I think one thing about parental controls, and this is just to be understood in general, is that parents love the idea of parental controls, but they don't use them. And that is something that Meta and every other company out there understands, is that they're more of like a feel-good thing than they are. I mean, some people obviously use them, but mostly not. So it's kind of a middle step at best on some of these things. But at the same time, I think, if you're going to do age gating, device level is where it's easiest to do.
Wait, can I just ask a point of clarification? Jeff, are you saying that if you give an Apple phone or an Android phone to a child who's under 13, that if you put the age into the phone, the device itself will not let a child?
Well, that's the way it would work.
No, that would be what would happen. That's kind of something that folks at Meta would love to see. And candidly, it would be more functional than the current approach where, for a kid who's under 13, all they have to do is get past the age restrictions once, and it's like not very hard to get past age restrictions.
Oh, got it. Yeah, that to me seems, I mean, even before what Meta is proposing, that would seem to be a no-brainer, that the device manufacturers put into place guardrails that don't allow children to bypass it easily.
And that is basically what Meta is proposing, and it's something that they would have to work on. And I will say, those parental guides kind of thing, they're just okay.
Yeah.
We have it on for my kid for YouTube. She spends a lot of time on YouTube, but I hear stuff that slips past all the time. There's such a large volume of content. It's easy to get around these restrictions,
Yeah, I think what gets recommended to children, and I think it's a very important thing to distinguish between recommendations and just what happens to be on the platform, I think is a big issue, and one that, candidly, there could probably be some more attention to.
So some states like Arkansas are trying to add age requirements for social media, but those proposals are facing court challenges. So how much of a difference, what are the courts saying, and could that be a stumbling block for the device manufacturers, for example, if they decide to do what Meta is proposing?
Oh, I don't. The device manufacturers are not very interested in doing what Meta's proposing, at least in terms of what's happened here. Nobody really wants that responsibility. But look, I think there's, it is difficult. The issues that are coming up in suits like Arkansas and in sort of some of the legislation in suits related to that, they tend to be more far-reaching than just the question of, does a parent have the right to control what their child can download on a phone, right? That's I think a relatively straightforward question. A lot of it comes down to sort of tracking and notification and a whole bunch of things that I think start getting a little more complicated than just do parents have the right to safeguard what media and what apps their child is using.
I mean, it's a great conversation. I can certainly see a world where if Apple was smart, they'd come out with a kids-only. I mean, they sell so much stuff. They could come out with a kids-only version. Yeah. Jeff, thank you very much. Interesting stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.